Hello.
What's up, fam?
We're back. How are y'all? How's your month been? It's been incredibly busy for me. I was supposed to write a short story for this episode and I have prompts, but I just didn't get to it. I do have really good prompts and I have a really good idea for one of them, so I'm gonna definitely work on that. But I have been talking with one of y'all. She's not gonna hear this for a while. So, but I'm gonna include it as like a Dear Wanderers kind of. So I got a message the other day that said, sorry to bug you again, because we were talking about the BMWs. She said, but I wanted to let you know that I recently started listening to your podcast, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sending me a picture of the podcat. In these earlier episodes, they're so prevalent, and I'd love to put a face to the name. And I said, I haven't heard podcat in ages.
Right.
I said, my tried and true buddy during those early episodes was Amara, but I think Willow was our newest addition back then, and she really liked hanging out on the desks. I was like, she still does, to be honest, but it's mostly just to drive me nuts. I said, but I'm going to find good photos of them real quick. So I sent her photos of them from like in the early days of recording. So like Willow in the little shirt, the little Wanderers of Weird shirt, Willow sitting like in our janky setup. Both of them, are just so cute. And I said, Willow is the diluted calico and Amara is the black one. I said, they are the two that would hang out the most in the cramped office with us. Little cat still hardly ever comes in unless it's to get in my face. But when she's around, she makes sure she's heard. I said, and then we have Ziggy, who didn't come in until later. And she said, oh my goodness, they are all so precious. The little Wanderer sweater is taking me out. Cuteness overload. And then she said, thank you so much for sharing. I've definitely heard both of you referring to Amara on the podcast, and definitely the all black one. She said, I appreciate the pictures. Thank you so much for sending them. I'm definitely loving the podcast. I can't get enough. Hopefully someday I'll be caught up and can listen weekly. And I said, you're welcome. It makes me so happy that you're enjoying it. And it definitely gets better the more we get into the swing of things. So she's like listening to like the old Mike episodes currently. Yeah. She said, well, I am a fan. And she ordered stickers and I sent her some stickers. She said, I truly think it's the best already. I've told Ash about the sunbread for the winter solstice. We're going to make some this year, and next year I'm going to make a king cake for Mardi Gras. I'm learning so much from you guys and thoroughly loving and enjoying it. And I said, I love that so much. And I said, I couldn't wait to tell you when we recorded this weekend.
We didn't do a king cake this year.
No, we didn't.
It got away from us.
Yeah. So we'll make sure to do that a little bit better. But I took pictures. So when we were on the retreat, Laura and Ash couldn't make it because Ash was diagnosed with breast cancer. This is like out there, so I feel comfortable like sharing that. And hopefully by the time Laura catches up to this episode, she's on the other side of her journey and is happy and healed and thriving. But anyway, so she was diagnosed with that, and because of the things that come along with that, they couldn't go.
Yeah.
And so we had a stick with their picture on it that everybody was taking pictures with. So I'm like, got everything together to make a scrapbook, and I had everybody write notes of well wishes for her, and I'm just going to put all that together and then send that with them. But the picture, I have the stick with their picture, and I took Polaroids of Amara and Willow with them. And I put together a little bag for Laura I put a couple of pins in there, and I threw in an extra sticker and a couple of our koozies from when we did that. I wrote in the note, I was like, from when we did our one and so far only meetup. And I was like, but, and I threw those in. And then the pictures of them with the podcasts. And I was like, she's gonna eat this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably one of my highlights of the week. This past week.
Nice.
So yeah. Yeah, I was like, let me include that. I feel like that would make a really good first Dear Wanderers.
Right.
I was like, she didn't say Dear Wanderers, but that's a Dear Wanderers in my heart.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into what I've been up to, what have you been up to? I'll let you go first. 'Cause I have a
Well,
lot.
first and foremost, I wanted to say we were made aware of the fact that our mics were echoing in the last couple of episodes. Hopefully it's been fixed. We did test it out, and it does sound like it's better.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
We think it's because the door was left open. We left the door open and didn't really think about it. And my whole living room.
We've done that.
Yeah, if Daniel's not here, generally we just leave the door open because, the air gets a little stuffy, what have you. But
I'll be farting.
Currently, my living room and dining room, which is right outside the door, is gutted. And including now part of the ceiling. So, we think that contributed to the echo situation.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll start leaving this door closed. If I need to get some sound panels for the door, I will. But
I don't think so.
I think we adjusted our gain a little bit so it's not so loud and harsh, and then shut that door, and I think we'll be good. But we shall see.
Well, I don't know. For the past month, I mean, it's been busy, but it's not been anything huge to note. I just finished my third yesterday. I finished my third counseling session, which was good. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm getting to the point to where I look forward to my counseling every week or every other week. So it's very helpful. It's been very eye opening.
Yeah,
I am on a journey.
that's exactly what
point.
it is. Yeah, it's a journey.
But we're getting there. Soccer has started and is in full swing. We've got a pretty decent team. The results of yesterday's opening day tournament type thing do not reflect the
team as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the kids I'm seeing better teamwork. I'm seeing better communication. I'm seeing more passing and less forcing an eye in team.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of improvement over the past couple of seasons, and it's been amazing. I'm so excited about it. We had practice Thursday night, and we scrimmaged one of the other teams in our age bracket, and we beat them. I mean, stomped them.
Yeah.
But come yesterday for the tournament, they beat us. Not by much. It wasn't a complete wash.
Yeah.
But they played so hard yesterday. I had made a deal with the kids 2 weeks ago because I was like, all right, maybe this will get them to work hard and we'll do good. I was like, if you guys win 2 out of the 3 games, I'll dye my hair and y'all can pick what color.
Mm-hmm.
We did not, in fact, win 2 out of the 3 games.
And that is why your hair is still your hair.
Well, I wouldn't have had time to do it yesterday anyway. But they did really well. I was very proud of them. We have one kid that took the season off last season to try a different sport because we play, spring and fall. He took the season off last season but came back in and better than before. He's really doing it. All of the kids just really showed up and showed out. We had one that's been having some health problems and showed up with the intent of playing. She wanted to be there so bad. Played maybe 3 minutes and was like, I've got to go. So we unfortunately had to finish the day yesterday without her. She was definitely missed because when she's on it, she's on it.
Yeah.
We've got one girl, this is her second season, period, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, she is a utility player.
Nice.
Wherever I put her, she's giving 110%. We stuck her in the goal yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Fierce.
Nice.
Fierce. Had never done goal before in the game. And I think that's a lie. I think she did last season, 1, maybe two games. But fierce. Just everybody was doing so well yesterday. Gemma actually, we stuck her in the goal at one point yesterday, and she was doing a really good job. She was killing it out there yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was so hot. It was so hot yesterday. It's March, y'all.
Yeah.
It was 92 degrees outside.
Good Lord.
It was so
and me
hot.
without a ceiling.
Right. It was so hot. But I did remember the sunscreen this year, and
good.
Nobody got burnt. Because that's the thing. Every year, opening day, or every season, really, opening day, I forget sunscreen and I get blistered. Not this year.
Good deal.
But it was a good day. Soccer practices have been going really well. We had family dinner with my dad's family last night. That was fun. Had some good food. Let's see. It made my aunt's day.
I'm gonna have one of them deviled eggs whenever
they are really
we
good.
do this after we finish this, because as soon as we started, my stomach started growling.
Oh my God! Look, I'm hungry.
We'll do this episode and then we will for sure go get something to eat.
I'm hungry. I texted her and I was like, "Do we want to go get something to eat before we get started?" And she was like, "Well, we'll bank a few and then we'll go eat." And I'm like, "Okay."
You're like, ugh.
I get here and I'm like, "You are getting the unhealed, hangry version of me until we get food."
And now I'm just like, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Anyway. But I had gotten with my dad's family Christmas deal this past Christmas. We did like a kind of like a, what do they call it? Not dirty Santa, but something elephant.
Like a white elephant?
Yeah. We did like that for the adults, and I got a s'mores maker, like like where it's like the old time stoves with the heating elements or whatever.
That would have been so convenient that time you were pregnant and you really, really wanted a s'more and you had to like make it on the stove and you were like, it'll work.
Listen, I've done that more times than anyone knows. But I got that, and so I brought it back to my aunt's house with me yesterday, and a lot of them, pretty much every one of them in that house they have a gluten allergy. So I made sure to go and get some like gluten-free graham crackers for them. It made my aunt's day.
Aww.
She was like, "I am so excited." She was like, "I actually get to participate in dessert this time."
Aww.
So,
do they have like celiac, or is it just like a sensitivity?
I don't know. They're just very specific about. I know that like for sure on one of them it upsets their stomach.
That might be celiac then.
But it was a good time. It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy spending time with my family. Anytime I get the opportunity to spend time with them I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
My aunt is, at this point, I feel like she's the glue that holds that family together.
Yeah.
And she's getting up there in age. Her health isn't always the greatest. So I don't know how many more times I'm going to get to.
Yeah.
And honestly, my cousin, her daughter, said words yesterday that I was not prepared for. And she was like, they've gotten to the point with my aunt, because my aunt was like doing really well about not drinking Cokes. And, she was really trying to take care of herself. But like she's gotten back into the routine of drinking like Diet Cokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, "Listen, once you reach the age of like 70, 75, if you want it, that's on you. You go for it. I'm not going to say a thing." And I think it really sank in at that point with me that like, she's old.
Yeah.
She's up there. So I try and spend as much time with them as I can and talk to her as much as I can. But I don't know. Kids have been going to school. Easton's been starting shit at school, getting in trouble.
Oh no.
I'm going to say these things and people are going to say ADHD, but I truly don't think that that's the root cause. Do I think that he might have ADHD? It's possible. But also I think that he's just, and this is again, every mom that doesn't want to put their kids on medication, I really just think he's a little boy. I really just think that he's, and even like I spoke to one of his teachers who's been doing this for 20 years. And she even said the same thing. She said, Chelsea, I don't think it's ADHD.
Yeah.
I think he's just a little boy and he can only sit still for so long.
Yeah.
But he's like, he can't keep, as we put it, a calm body. Talking when he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And even if the teacher's like, you've got to be quiet, he's going to whisper to finish what he's got to say.
Yeah.
But just, and he does, like, he'll do that to me. Like yesterday, I'm telling him to hustle off the field and he's looking me dead in the face and continuing to walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're just being defiant.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was figured out how to force himself to burp, so he was doing it all the time. Got in trouble for that. Playing in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
You know, shit little kids will be doing.
Right. I mean, it does 100% sound like ADHD. And, like, just from the perspective of somebody who was diagnosed later in life, it would have helped me to be diagnosed in elementary school.
Right.
Like, I'm low-key mad I wasn't diagnosed in elementary school.
Well,
because I feel like I just wouldn't have struggled so much.
Right. And if it does
as I got
start
older
to affect his
yeah, I would just keep an eye on it.
then we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I mean, at this point, he makes decent grades.
Yeah.
He's very smart. You know, he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just Easton.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's at least worth keep keeping a check on it. But I think as long as he's still like thriving the best that he can.
Yeah. Other than that, Gemma's making good grades at school. She never gets in trouble because Gemma's the good kid. I tell her every day, raise some hell today. Because, like, the kids will get out of the car in the mornings, and I'm like, I love you. Have a good day. Best behaviors. Be awesome. That's my thing every morning.
Yeah.
With Gemma, a lot of times I'm like, I love you. Have a good day. Raise some hell today.
Yeah.
And she's always like, no. She won't do it. She never gets in trouble.
Bless her.
Maddie's birthday was last week.
Yeah.
Turned 17. We went to Hibachi for dinner. Had a cake. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I almost shat myself before I could get home from said dinner. But that's normal for me.
Yeah.
Let's see, next weekend you are going with us. We're going to an escape room.
Yeah.
With her and one of her friends for a birthday celebration. Those things are expensive.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I was telling them because we went to eat Chinese last night, and I was telling them about it because I was like, it cost her like damn near $170.
It was $170.
Yeah. And I was like, it was like $37 a piece. And I was like, it's only 4 of us. And they're both sitting there like, that doesn't sound right. And then they're like, and then they're both like, yeah, after they thought of it, they were like, yeah, that does sound right. And they were like, just to escape a room?
Yeah. Like, because I had that thought. I was sitting there like, $37.
Danny was like, I'll lock y'all in the storage container. Y'all can escape out of that for free.
Right. We were driving to school the other morning. And I'm like, $37 a piece and $170 later. I was like, the math ain't mathin'. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, because that's $120 if you just take it down to 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, being illegal and bringing up the receipt on my email as I'm driving down the road. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, after you add in that $7 each plus the tax and all that, I'm like, this is stupid. So stupid. Yeah. And then Maddie was like, well, do you want me to pay you for Eden's? And I'm like, no. And then she goes, she had Eden on the phone and she goes, not me doxing this kid's name. I had Eden on the phone and was like, hey, how much money does Eden need to bring? And I'm like, well, you know, not really any. I was like, I've already paid for the escape room. And I was like, we'll go grab dinner. I was like, I'll pay for that too. And she was like, she goes, oh, well, I want to go get ice cream too. And I'm like, girl, on whose dime? Because I'm going to be spending $250 damn on all this when it's all said and done. Yeah. And I was like, and I've already taken you to Hibachi. So there's that.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'll pay for it. I'm just talking about going to like the grocery store and getting a pint so that we can come home and eat ice cream and watch TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll see. We will see. She hates to hear that. I say that all the time, though. That's my answer to
We'll
everything.
see.
We'll see. But
That's like a canned parent answer,
yeah,
I feel
we'll
like.
see. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. That's about it. I mean, we've just had
Just been living.
It's just been living. It's been busy, like I said, but it's
Yeah.
not anything really to report.
Meanwhile,
You're out here living your best life.
we went to Delaware. We went to Rehoboth Beach for the Pixie retreat. As y'all may recall, we went last year. We went to Gatlinburg last year. This year we went to Rehoboth Beach. And I really liked it. I would 100% go back. But unfortunately, fuel prices have skyrocketed.
I can't.
So the week before the retreat, right? We fill up. We drive around all week thinking da 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 da, and then some bullshit happens, and he goes to fill up right like the day before we leave for the retreat. Tell me why it was like $100 to fill up.
Y'all are also
we have diesel, so it's even worse. So, like, normally it would be between like $60 and $70 to fill up from close to empty. This time it was like $100 and something. I sent this man $50 for my half of this. That's just how we do it. And I'm like, my wallet is screaming because of this retreat. So, my part of the fuel for the trip was $120. Should have been $140, but I paid for his dinner last night, which ended up also being more than $20.
Y'all kill me doing this together, but separate things.
Oh, it works so well for us. Sometimes, like, we'll get like together, like one will pay for like the meal, and then the next time the other one will pay for the meal. So that's how we split it up.
See, we have separate bank accounts, but like, he pays. I'll give him his flowers. He pays for the majority of it because, and I hate to sound like this, but
he makes more money than you do.
Yes, and the man, in his mind, the man is there to provide.
Yeah,
but like, I will pay for stuff. We went out to dinner a couple weeks ago. I had decided that I wanted to go out to dinner, that this is what I wanted. We decided to go to Party Fowl, which is expensive.
Yeah.
But I paid for it. He was like, I'll pay. He came up with this idea, and it makes no sense to me. In my brain, if we have stuff to cook at home, but somebody decides that we're going to go out to dinner instead, the person who decided that we're going out to dinner should be the one that pays for it, right?
Right.
Okay. His thing is whoever picks where we're going. No. Let me rephrase. We can decide we want to go out to dinner, but if he picks, then I pay. Like, if he picks where we're going, then I pay. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
Because I could be screwing you over and saying we're going hibachi or, somewhere expensive as hell.
Right. Because I know you're paying for it.
And I'm like, that doesn't make any... Because he was like, well,
no, I don't like that.
He goes, you picked, I'll pay for it. And I was like, I picked, so I'll pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, I don't like it.
These beaver nuggets are hitting a damn spot.
Are they?
Oh, my God.
But yeah. So, fuel, expensive. But luckily there were at least a couple of Buc-ee's on the way, so we stopped and got fuel.
Thank God.
We went to Virginia. We went to the one in Virginia. That was a new one for us, so I got a sticker for the table. But so let me start at the beginning. It was Monday night, 2 a.m., technically Tuesday morning. We leave. We head out. We make it to Virginia. We stayed with a friend of his that he met on Facebook many moons ago.
I wondered where this friend came in.
Yes. They met in a BMW group.
Okay.
And then...
I thought they were roommates.
No, they were not roommates. Okay. And they were roommates. And so we stayed with them. And me and his wife really hit it off. I was like, I talked that woman's ear off. And,
Gummied or no?
huh?
Gummied or no?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no. It was immediately da-da-da-da-da-da. And as y'all may also know, I'm incredibly allergic to dogs. Well, I pre-planned this because we weren't 100% sure if they had dogs or not. We were kind of sure, but based off of their socials, we were kind of sure, but we weren't 100%. But I was like, let me go ahead and pre-plan because I'm going to be sleeping in a house that has dogs in it. Well, she like deep cleaned the guest room and made sure that there was no dogs in there.
No dog residue.
No dog residue in there. But so they've got a little Iggy. They have a little Italian greyhound, kind of like, it looked like marbles, but it was like shaped like Kermit. And she was so unbelievably cute. Like, breath, bad, but cuteness, 10 out of 10. No notes. So cute. And then they have Emma, who was like a bigger dog, and then another dog named Mike. And Mike is scared of Darren. They have lived together for like 9 years. Still scared of him.
Aww.
Terrified. It is, and he's like, I've never done anything to him. He's like, he wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me. Because he literally was the one that was like, I want this dog. Let's take this dog home. Now the dog's terrified of him.
Aww.
Hilarious. Well, the boys went and played with their cars. And then the next morning we got up and we set out for Rehoboth Beach, which was like about 3.5 hours from their house. So we get there.
You forgot to mention the bearded dragon. They also.
Oh yeah, they also had a bearded dragon.
And it was cute. She sent me a picture.
It was very cute. It stood up at us, right? And then fell asleep that way all night.
Oh.
But yeah, so we get up, we head out. We headed out a little bit late. So we ended up getting to Rehoboth Beach a little bit late. And on top of that, somebody had a fender bender. They bumped bumpers and the guy was not getting out of the way. And it was a construction zone that was down to one lane. So we were like 30, 40 minutes late. We finally get to the house. We unload. We ascended upon this little area. We had 2 beach houses. They were wonderful. They were a lot better than that janky cabin we had in Pigeon Forge. I was in one house. Some of the other girls were in the other. There was like committee members in both houses. But so first night we do the dudes
had their own place as well.
Yeah, the dudes also had their own place. So Daniel did not stay with me this time, but he did poop in my bathroom and shut the door and not turn the fan on. So when I go back in there later, it's diabolical in there. Because not only is like my room look like a bomb went off because I like unloaded stuff and then just shoved everything into my room. And so night 1, we do the Try Pixie tournament. And this constituted of, we were put into teams. I was on the Hatter team, so I had like a little face mask, but the eye holes were a little bit too small and poking me in the eyeballs. And I had also already been like dealing with allergies because of being around dogs. So eventually I had to lose the mask. But, so this consisted of, part 1 was trivia. Our team I think we got a couple points. We were really slacking. The next one was charades. I think we did okay in the charades. I think we got them pretty quickly. And then, was a burping contest. So I should have volunteered. I should have, but I was nervous and, I was afraid I would get performance anxiety, which is exactly what occurred with the person we did select.
Oh no.
So everybody else, there were Sprites for everyone to drink for this, which were apparently flat as hell.
Oh no.
One girl had no trouble at all. She kept right on burping right on to the next morning. But our pick, Kaz, didn't burp at all. They were like, I really like Sprite. So
I fear I could have won that one.
I probably could have too, but I didn't. Next time I'll volunteer. So after that, everybody, we dispersed, went to our houses. I went and straightened up that mess of a room and went to bed. Get up the next morning, and it's like, and we had like craft times for the mornings, or you could just do whatever, but it was just like time to be able to just chill out. And so that day, that was prom. So a part of the committee went to the event center to like set up. I did not do that. I held down the fort. I stayed back at the house and I was coloring and just hanging out and chatting and, making sure that everybody was, everybodying. I think so. No, that was Thursday. So that didn't happen yet. Then I went and got ready for prom. My dress was gold. I had a star headband.
It was gorgeous.
I used my new Trixie Brittany Broski palette. It was pretty. I really enjoy that palette.
Let's talk about it.
My eyes.
Let's talk about it. You were using what as foundation?
The whitest color in that palette.
I'm dying.
I was like, tell me why this also doubles as like a foundation color, because I was very pink for whatever reason. So I used that to like tone down that pinkness a little bit because I didn't have anything else with me. I brought bare bones what I had. But anyway, it all worked out. It looked great. I was getting a lot of compliments that I was having a very difficult time accepting. And then I was also, there was one girl, she was one of the quiet ones. Her dress was so pretty. It was like blue and like a dark, like burgundy color, but it was like a color shift situation.
Yeah.
And it was like little stars on it. It was so pretty. Everybody looked great. One of the husbands dressed up as Gus because his wife was dressed up as Cinderella.
Aww.
But they didn't have eyeliner to draw his whiskers on, so he just looked like a Green Bay Packers fan because he had on a yellow hoodie and a green beanie. Sparkles was the DJ. It was also Daniel's birthday that day, so everybody and he had a little headband that said, "It's my birthday," and he took all the photos. He's still got to edit them, I think, because a lot of them turned out pretty dark, but because his flash died. And then we had pizza that night. Me and Pixie ran around like Paul Revere. Pizza's in the kitchen. Pizza's in the kitchen. Prom night, that was when Kaz had Kaz's moment of it was a lot. Pixie told it on her stream about it. Kaz hid it behind a tree. Pixie and Shan are in their nightgowns looking for Kaz. Kaz is hiding. It was a lot. And I was asleep for it. Because this was at like midnight, like between like midnight and like 1:30 a.m. Next day was Friday the 13th. A lot of people there was a tattoo shop that a lot of people went to get tattoos. I did not go. I stayed back and colored. And Pixie also did her book signing. So I got my copy of Blackheart signed. And then what else did we do that day? I don't remember. I know it was a lot of just like hanging out for the most part. And we did the book signing. We did a book exchange and we got Chick-fil-A. We had Chick-fil-A catered. And then everybody went and got ready for the costume party, which was fun. I dressed up as my sim, Brits in Italy, hog brodery. And I gave out every little trinkets. Everybody took pictures. We did karaoke. It was a good time. It was a really good time. I about pissed myself laughing so hard. So one of the girls dressed up as one of Pixie's characters, Vladdy Daddy, right? So Vlad in The Sims is a vampire. And Pixie made a whole storyline with him and his wife situation at some point, right? So Alyssa decides she's going to dress up as Vladdy Daddy. She was stripper Barbie the previous year, so we did a complete 180.
Yeah.
A Vladdy Daddy, I at one point look up, and one of the girls is doing karaoke, and she's holding her little green baby, and Vladdy Daddy standing behind the couch, filming, like recording, with the stone face, but looking so proud, right? I clock this, and I start dying laughing. I'm like across the room, sitting in the corner, just crying, laughing so hard. Well, then other people start to notice. I take a picture of it and I post it in the retreat Discord, and I was like, this is sending me to the moon right now. Like, I'm actually dying. And then other people start to notice and turn around and start to look. And like, so I'm also watching. And meanwhile, Alyssa is still standing there, stone face, watching this. And of his own volition, Daniel has noticed and is standing over her shoulder taking pictures, which are just incredible. And I'm watching other people around the room look at their phones and see, and then look up to look for Alyssa. And I'm over there. The more, like, the longer it goes on, the harder I'm laughing. And eventually I do have to go get up and go pee because I'm about to piss myself. Well, then we've all voted for costume and best karaoke performance. So, like, best karaoke was Tommy. She won with Bohemian Rhapsody, which is what I voted for her for. Incredible. She had a little fan. She was like, I'm sorry I was hot. She got a little fan. And then Unicorn Farts won best overall costume with Shrock. So she dressed up as one of Pixie's other Sims. I just saw something run across my driveway. I don't know what it was. Anyway, so Shrock is one of Pixie Sims. He's the brother of Shrek, and he was married to Unicorn Farts' Sim, and then he cheated on her, and she dressed up as him and made like a little Tinder profile sign, and it was hilarious. So she won first prize. I made the prizes, which was nice, which was fun. I like putting stuff like that together. And then who else won? Hold on. Because we had sexiest costume and something else. Una momento. There we go. Funniest costume was Alex. She dressed up as the taxi because Pixie was streaming one night, right? And we're going into a bar, and all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, comes a taxi that runs over and kills one of the Sims.
Oh.
Out of nowhere. And it's happened twice. It happened on stream twice, 2 separate occasions. So Alex dressed up as the taxi and then went to the boardwalk and had a whole ass photo shoot where she's like running people over as a taxi.
Nice.
Comes back to the party drenched in sweat. She's been just on the go. And then sexiest costume was Ashley, who dressed up as Farbio, which is he's the son of Farquaad and Doris from Shrek. I think Doris is his mom. And at some point over the Shrekiverse, he got sexy and she dressed up as him. And Daniel kept looking and like being like, I don't like that. I don't like that shirt. It's too realistic. He's like, I can see like the hairs around the nipples of that shirt. Let's see. Then we all dispersed. Was this the night? No, it was the night before where I went to the living room. It was like after, prom. I was sitting in the living room in my house and I sat down and started reading, and a few of the girls came in and was like, hey, is it going to bother you if we come in here and watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives while you're reading? Is that going to bother you? And I was like, no, it's not going to bother me. Here I was innocently thinking I'm still going to be able to read my book, right? So they're like, well, we'll keep the volume down, so we don't bother you. And I'm like, y'all are fine. You're not going to bother me. I'm pretty good at being able to tune stuff out. So they put it on. 5 minutes in, I'm immediately offering commentary. I'm like, what? Who? What? So, and mind you, they're watching the newest season. I have no idea who any of these people are. And then Unicorn Fart says, you can watch with us as long as you agree to hate Whitney. And I was like, sure, I don't know who Whitney is. Now that I have like watched at least the first episode, I'm like, girl, I don't like Taylor.
Listen,
I don't like Taylor.
So let's fast forward just real quick.
Yes.
And so she posts on Facebook after all this is done. Yeah. She's back home.
I made my big, long, sappy post about how good of a time I had.
And then says something about
Mormon wives.
Yeah. And I'm like, excuse me? Because I've only been watching the show since season 1. And I've been trying to get her to watch this since season 1. And so I text her and I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I was in a room and it was on and I'm like, I watched it.
I try to get her to watch this and it's a no. Her other friends get her to watch this and she loves it.
I think
and I'm like,
you would have such a good time watching it with that group of girls. They were so fun.
Probably. But so then she decides, because we're discussing it, and I think that she just said this. I feel like
no, I genuinely yeah.
She wants to watch it.
Yeah,
she wants to get to where she is now. But she goes,
I don't want to watch it by myself.
This is her grasping. I'd like to watch it from the beginning with you, and yeah. I'm like, well, okay.
Okay, so listen. On the way home, I was like, I really would like to start watching it from the beginning. And I was like, I just don't know that I would watch it by myself. And if I do, I'm not going to have a good time because who in the hell am I going to say weird shit about this show to? And then I was like, well, you've been trying to get me to watch it. I was like, so I'll just see if she wants to watch it with me. I was like, we'll figure something out. Even if we're watching one episode a month.
Right. Like, we watched the first episode together. Yeah. And then it was literally like she turns it on her TV. I turned it on my laptop. And we tried to 1, 2, 3 go it. And then just talk to each other on the phone.
Yeah.
But I have since figured out how to screen share on like our own little private Discord server. And we can watch it at the same time.
So I think that'll work out a lot better.
Yeah. Just pause for a second. I just got a text that my son has a tick in a very compromising.
Oh no! Yikes!
It's March.
But yeah, so that was the night. That was the first night of watching that. Then we all went to prom, and then we all went back, and I went and took all my makeup off after prom, and sat on the couch and watched an episode. We'd only watched one episode a night, except for Saturday night, because they watched like a bunch of episodes because they didn't go out. And then I came back right as they were getting ready to watch the last episode. And they were like, perfect timing. So like almost as soon as I hung up with you and said, I'm walking in the house, they were like, oh my God, perfect timing. Glad you're here. And I was like, let me go quick. Pee and like get rid of the things I don't need on my person right now, and I'll be right back. But anyway, so after the costume party, we watched another episode. I absolutely 100% had to go wash my face after that though. So I was a little behind, because I used like glitter eyeshadow and it was everywhere and my eyes were screaming by the end of this trip. I ended up the next day, was it Saturday? Yeah, because we had like a free day on Saturday. So me and Danny went shopping. We went to the Tanger Outlets, went to Barnes and Noble, I ran into Ulta because I wanted to get face wash because I didn't really bring anything to wash my face. And I still had glitter on my face, 100%. It's a very good palette. It's very good glitter. It's very long lasting. I had to take a whole ass shower to get rid of all of it. But yeah, so did that, went shopping. I bought a ton of new books and then, went back, kind of cleaned up, started packing because we were going to leave out, Sunday morning. and got ready and went out to a drag show, which was fun. I'm glad I went. Two of the girls, it was their very first time at a drag show, so that was exciting to get to experience that with them a little bit. All I had was a Diet Coke and 2 cheese sticks while I was there. But I ended up, because I took a gummy before I left, so the gummy started to like hit in a weird way, and I think it was like a combination of just like the music being loud, the lights being,
lighting.
Yes. And I was getting panicky because I had to pee and I didn't know where the bathroom was. And also it was one of those, so like at Play where we've been, there's a stage, right? There's like a stage for the drag show. This is one of those bars where they walk around to all the tables. So, like, you don't want to get up in the middle of the drag show to try and go to the bathroom. And, like, nobody else is getting up and, like, running around the bar, right? So, I didn't want to be the one to get up in the middle. And I'm about to piss myself. And so that on top of all of those other things and the CBDMD kind of doing me a little bit dirty, I was like, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Because I slowly started bouncing my leg and then it got progressively worse and worse. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to have them come apart. So after I watched 2 rounds of there were 3 queens, and I watched 2 rounds. They were great, fantastic, tipped them the cash that I had, loved it. They were beautiful. I did definitely have a favorite. But I was like, I'm sorry y'all, but I'm feeling a little, I'm getting a little tense, a little anxious. And I was like, I'm going to dip. Alyssa offered to walk me back to the house, but I was like, no, I'll just call somebody. And I was like, and it was literally like down like half a block and then a block back to the house. So it was literally like less than a 10-minute walk. So, and I was like, I'm not going to call Daniel because I don't know what I'm going to talk to him about for 10 minutes. So I called you.
Keep in mind, I'm playing Fortnite, as I will. I have made friends on Fortnite, finally.
Yeah.
This adorable little lesbian couple that I just love so much. And they have found the podcast. So if you're hearing this, hey girls.
Hi, nice to meet you.
They're amazing. So I'm playing and it's us 3 and then one of their friends is on as well. And then my phone starts stirring and we had just gotten into a match and I'm like, I look down and I see that it's Brittany and I'm like, she never calls me unless something's wrong. And I'm like, hey, I'm still playing. I'm here. I'm just going to mute my mic for a minute because I've got a phone call I got to take. They're like, okay. So I pick up the phone and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I'm walking home from a drag show. And I'm like, it's like 10 o'clock at night. It's late. Yeah. It's like, it's dark time.
Yeah.
And I
felt
woman.
safe in this area because it's like, it's like I felt safe, but not so safe that I didn't want to at least be on the phone with someone.
Right. So she's like, oh, I didn't want to call Daniel. So I just called you. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Meanwhile,
and then I get off the phone and it's like, it starts sinking in. And I'm like, if something happened, what am I going to do? From all the way here. Like, I don't even have Daniel's phone number. Clock that.
Yeah.
I don't even have Daniel's phone number. I'd have to call him on Facebook Messenger and be like, hey, brother, your woman's down the street getting mugged.
Right. I think because like, A, I'm high. B, I'm having a panic attack. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm more safe if somebody at least knows that there's somebody who knows I'm here and I'm walking back to my house.
Right.
So, like, there was that. I don't think I saw a single soul or passed a single car.
We were not even on the phone for 10 whole minutes.
No. And then I was like, I walked back to the house and got there and I was like, okay, I'm back. I'll let you go. I'll let you get back to Fortnite. and then walked in and watched an episode of Mormon Wives and then went to bed. And then got up at the ass crack of dawn the next morning so we could like pack
the phone
up
call
shit.
was at 9:06 p.m. and it was only 4.5 minutes long.
Yeah. That's how long it took me to get back to the house. So,
you were legitimately my only phone call that day that wasn't like a spam 800 number.
Nice. But yeah, so the next morning, ass crack of dawn, packing up. He loaded up much of the car the night before, but I had a whole bunch of stuff in my room that needed to be packed up because we also had, I had like in total 5, because there's 4 packages. One of them is going to a couple, and then the other 3 were going to other people, but 5 bags of like gifts for other people that couldn't attend. That like at the last minute had like some sort of life circumstance occur and couldn't go. And so I had all of those, and then like anything that we were storing. So I had to like gather sheets from everybody. We ended up somehow trading off karaoke machines. We arrived with one of the like single little mic ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we left without that. I don't know what happened to it. But we have the other karaoke machine that was gifted to us for the last retreat. So we now have the big speaker one that has 2 mics. I don't know what happened to the other one, but I also don't know what happened to the prom stuff. So there's that. Hopefully somebody has it because I don't. But yeah, so we got loaded up. We headed out. We stopped off back at his friend's house. So I bought her some bookmarks while we went shopping because I went to Browse About Books. If you're ever in the area, Browse About Books was incredible. I loved that store. But I got her some bookmarks, gave those to her. We visited for a few minutes, and then we hightailed it, and we toughed it out. We drove kind of in shifts. He drove for a while, and then we were about 5-ish hours from home, and we knew that we were quickly approaching the wall. That was like that storm was from the top of the U.S. all the way to the bottom in a wall that just moved across. Mm-hmm. And so I knew we were quickly approaching. So like I held off on taking my Adderall for that so I could drive like for a while and not have to worry about it. So I just put on an audiobook and toughed it out for quite some time. Stopped at another Buc-ee's, got something to eat. I also got me a pair of pajama shorts while I was in there. So I have Buc-ee's pajama shorts. And then we had to pull over in like at the Lebanon exit because I just couldn't see anything anymore. It was like just sheets, and it was like all white, and I couldn't see anything. So we pulled over for a little bit. One of the girls pulled over in Kingston Springs because they were driving back to Louisiana. She pulled over in Kingston Springs, posted a screenshot of like where they were stopped. And I was like, why does that say my hometown on it?
Which is not Kingston
It's Springs. Not Kingston Springs. That's why I felt comfortable saying that city. But yeah. So I was like, your screenshot has my hometown name on it. And I was like, welcome to my neck of the world, the neck of the woods, girl. I was like, I ain't there yet, but
listen, that storm was awful.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was awful. It like
we drove in a storm on the way up, like all the way through Tennessee. There was a storm, and like as soon as we got into Virginia, there was no storm.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, it we hit that wall.
Well, like I didn't text you because I didn't know if you were driving and I didn't want to bother you. And so like I stayed up until I saw your text that you got home. I didn't even respond. I crashed. Yeah. Like I saw it. I didn't even open it. So it didn't register as red, but I saw it come across the screen and I was like, okay, cool. And I just crashed.
Yeah.
But I was so worried. I was like, she has to drive home in this.
I pulled over for a few minutes. It was maybe like 10 minutes and then kept on trucking. I saw the storm like probably like 3 hours before we actually hit it, because like way in the distance you could see like just like the little lightning.
Yeah.
And then as we got closer and closer, it got worse and worse. But yeah, it was a little rough for a minute, but we got home. We grabbed only like the essentials out of the car, came in, unpacked, and went pretty much straight to bed. By that point, it was like what, midnight-ish?
12:30.
Yeah. And then I unpacked the car the next day after I got done with work with Betty. So, and then I'm still washing sheets. That's what I was doing earlier when you got here, when we were yelling across the house about Mormon wives. Because if you're watching that show, The Bachelorette got canceled.
Right. Lord. So I remembered that I have a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I wrote it down to talk about it, but I don't remember why it was so, because reading it now, I'm like, who cares? But it was like, I think Lizzie and Rylan talked about it on the SIP or something, but like, Britney Spears apparently.
I saw she was arrested.
Well, she posted a questionable Instagram post, and her boob was out.
Oh, no.
But it got deleted before I could see it. So,
damn.
Not that I was purposely trying to see her boob.
I mean,
I just wanted
to be perfectly honest, all of her Instagram posts are pretty much questionable.
Yeah.
I miss the old Britney before whatever happened to her.
It's Britney, bitch.
But, yeah. That Britney Spears, that story really makes me sad.
I know.
Because I used to love Britney Spears. And to, like, see where she is in terms of her mental health now is just, it's devastating.
Seeing honestly. But like what she went through though.
Oh, like, yeah. She's been through it. But, and like what's even, I don't know, like it feels like nobody's actually trying to get her help. And I think that's what is like, that's what hurts my heart a little bit. The last thing on my list for my catch-up episode was my sword fight in the Goodwill.
I saw that and like I turned around and told TJ I was cracking up.
We go to the Goodwill on Fridays, right? We hadn't been the week before, and I'm like, it's gonna be good stuff. Hopefully, you know, whatever. Looking forward to it. I get there. First of all, it's busy. It's busy as all hell. I hated that part. Second of all, I'm like over in the books. So the books, and this will 100% always be one of the most diabolical decisions that Goodwill has ever made. Why is the toy aisle and the books in the same aisle? That is so diabolical of them. So, like, I personally would move the toys to somewhere else that's not that. But anyway, so I go from one end to the other, right? I'm all the way at the end. I have reached the final bookcase of my perusing of the book section. And some man decides he's going to stand directly in my asshole. Like, right behind me to look at the exact same bookcase. Meanwhile, the other 10 bookcases have nobody in front of them. Like, you could go look at one of those, and then I'll be done in just a couple of minutes, and then you can have your fill. But why do you have to... I can't move because you're directly behind me. Not 10 seconds later, this tweaker, he's gone, right? I feel a little tap on my arm. Meanwhile, now this kid has been dicking around for quite some time, and I've just been, you know, no parents in sight. I'm just like, you know what? You're not bothering me that much. At least it's not like 15 children over here screaming.
Right.
And he's having a good old time. Well, I feel tap on my arm, and I turn and I look, and then I have to look down, and there's this chubby little Hispanic child. He is so cute. He's just adorable. And he looks at me in the eye, and he lifts up the front of his shirt a little bit to reveal his waistband where he has tucked a foam sword. And then he like whips it out, performs this whole, he's doing like the whole 9 yards, doing kicks, flips, spins, everything. And I'm like, did I just get challenged to a sword fight? Like, is that what that was? Well, then a whole gaggle of people come around the corner. They witness this scene and they all start giggling. Well, I'm like, I gotta go. I go gather him and I'm like, we gotta get out of here. It's just, I've had my fill. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure I was just challenged to a sword fight. He was like, well, did he offer you a sword? And I said, no. He was like, what? And I was like, listen, it was a one-sided sword fight.
Right.
I watched the routine. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It was pretty good. I thought I heard like somebody pulling the driveway. But it was pretty good. And yeah, that was, I got a pretty decent amount of stuff too. I got good stuff. I got a cork board. I did announce in my TikTok in my haul, I was like, my turtle died. And then I made a comment and I was like, I didn't want y'all to just think I breezed past that. Right. I was like, trust, I was devastated leading up to this. And like kind of anticipated it. And, yeah. So I was like, I just didn't want anybody to think I just breezed right on by that. Right. But anyway, here's my haul.
Right.
I was like, no, I've been crying.
So I thought about a couple more things.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, we were out and about all day, and instead of locking the dogs in their kennels all day, because I feel bad doing that.
Right.
I just let them have, like, I locked them in our bedroom. We have like a baby gate, so they can see out of the bedroom, so they don't feel so trapped.
Yeah.
But I just left them in our bedroom where their kennels are.
What'd they get into? What'd they get into?
Well, so they didn't get into anything while we were gone to soccer.
Uh-huh.
And then we came home, cooled off, kids took showers, and then we left. Come back. I didn't even walk into the bedroom for the longest. I hear TJ go in the bedroom and he goes, Mom's gonna be so mad. And I'm like, what have they done? I walk in there. Mm-hmm. We went to McKay's a couple weeks ago. Well, probably about a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. Okay. I bought, when you walk into McKay's, they have that bookshelf. There's like that section right up front of like all the, I don't know, the things that they want you to see.
Yeah.
And on one of the bookshelves was, what is that book? Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
And I see it, and it's like $5, and I'm like, I've never read that. I want to read that. It seems pretty cool.
It's a pretty good story.
The book itself was beautiful.
Yeah.
I buy it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This book is on a shelf.
Yeah.
Well, so you've got these books sitting on top of other books.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it was. Okay? There's a book on the floor.
Yeah.
So my podcast backpack sits on the floor, and there was a book sitting on top of it. Okay?
Yeah.
I've already finished this book. I just finished it, audiobook version. In case y'all want book recommendations, book called Ghost Eaters. Pretty good. Anyway, this book's on the floor. Ghost Eaters is on the floor. Dorian Gray is on the shelf. They have taken Dorian Gray down and demolished it.
Oh no.
I've not even opened this book.
Nice.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm fuming. I was like, okay, it's fine. I just cleaned it up. I was like, I'll just audiobook it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, so there's that. Also, in the talking about children, and you also said the word diabolical, reminded me. This is gross, but it's funny.
Okay.
Easton goes through phases where he doesn't use the bathroom for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. And I think it's just he doesn't want to stop what he's doing to go.
Yeah.
Okay? But his farts reflect that he has not been to the bathroom, and they are bad.
Oh, Lord.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I did not realize that we had reached the point of like the toxic fumes until I go to drop him off at school one morning. Mm-hmm. We're in the car rider line. We're pulling up, getting to the point to where, the teachers will open the door.
Yeah.
We don't get to that point, and he goes, okay, I'm getting out. And then the smell hits us.
Oh, hell.
And I'm like, it was so bad. We had to ride with the windows down for a good little bit to get rid of it. It was so bad. Take that
boy to the doctor. He's rotting from the inside out.
That afternoon, I'm like, bro, he's done it before, but like the teacher opened the door.
Yeah.
And then I later found out that she was having a bad morning because like one of her pets had died or something. And I'm like, and Easton didn't help any by shitting all over you. But anyway, that afternoon, I'm like, listen to me, sir. I said, don't you ever crop dust us like that again.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Yeah.
Then that night we go somewhere. He farts in the car as we're getting out of it so that it's trapped in there for later.
No wonder him and Danny get along so well.
However, he did end up going to the bathroom that night and the next morning, and all is well. But like it was, oh my God.
Them demons were trying to get out.
It's so bad. I'm like, how does a child smell like that? Like, it's gotten to the point, he'll just cut him wherever he's at. He don't care.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where we, like, made a rule. We don't do this in public.
Right.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or, wait until we get outside.
Yeah.
Or at home.
He gonna be one of them people that just, like, crop dust stores.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, man, somebody been here crop dusting. Yeah. Fuck them.
It was so bad. Was it Friday? TJ had gone to the soccer fields to help, like, line the fields and all that and get it together. He comes back home. After being gone for, like, hours. Okay?
Yeah.
Kids had come home from school. He walks in the door. He goes, it smells like somebody has taken a shit in here. And I'm like, that's the way this house has smelled since he walked in the door. I'm like, he, like, crop dusted my room on the way through because they come in the door through my room.
Yeah.
Crop dusted my room. Didn't even stop. Hey, Mom, how are you? Love you. Had a good day. Just through the room. And then the whole house immediately just smells like shit since he's been home.
Good Lord.
And I'm like, TJ goes, don't light no candles because the house will explode as bad as it smells. It was so bad. I was like, good God. And then I'm like, you need to go take a shit. Like, go to the bathroom. Like,
he's trying to escape.
Listen, at this point, we'll handle hemorrhoids as they come. Just sit there until something happens. Like,
right.
Jesus Christ. It was
Get
so
that boy
bad.
a stool softener.
It's not even that. It's just that, like, if the moment happens for him, he's not, like, stopping to go. He just wants to continue doing what he's doing. Which, as a kid, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, still as an adult, if I'm in public, I'm not pooping. Like, it's not happening. Unless it's like, I've got the sweats. It's coming whether I want it to or not.
Lord.
But, yeah, no.
I'm lactose intolerant, so sometimes I just don't have a choice. It's terrible.
Anyway, so there's that. That was the two things I thought about while you were talking.
Thank you.
Oh, another thing.
Yeah.
I may have told you about this. So Ellie runs off into the woods, the dog,
Yeah.
Cuts her leg.
Yeah.
It's a long cut, but it's not super wide and it's not deep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't require veterinary assistance.
Yeah.
We're cleaning it. I've tried to bandage it. I successfully bandaged it one night to put Neosporin on it. Another night I did it and she ripped it off in 5 seconds flat.
Yeah.
But the point of this is to say, I guess Loki has like a pain kink because since the day that she cut her leg, Loki will not leave her alone. Oh, it has been over a week of him constantly being on her ass and whining. And I'm like, I'm about to take you to go get snipped.
Yeah.
Like, I've been full force. Like, there's no need for me to get him fixed. He doesn't mark things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
And we've had
until now.
Well, we've had other male dogs, dachshunds specific, that weren't fixed and, health problems weren't an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I knew that it was going to cause a health problem, yes, I'd go get him fixed.
Yeah. But
the process of getting him fixed and having to keep him separate from her and then take care of him and, all this is just, it's too much. However, I don't know if there's another dog somewhere in the area that is in heat.
Maybe,
and he's just taking it out on her.
Yeah.
She's fixed. She's not in heat. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill. I'm like, I will snip these things off myself if you don't stop. Like, I won't really, but it's a thought.
We'll make an appointment.
Yeah.
If you don't knock it off.
Yeah. So bad. But all right. You got anything else?
I don't believe I do.
Do you have the nonprofit this month? Because I 1000% did not do it.
I do. You
month.
did. Because you did the buddies one.
Yeah.
I don't have one picked out right now, so I will, whatever I end up picking will be on our socials, and I will find something while we're eating, and we'll be sure to tell you about it next week.
I will say yesterday was National Down Syndrome Day.
Yeah.
So maybe for purposes of this one.
Well, that's what you did last month, didn't it?
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
I'll find something. Okay, follow us.
Facebook.
Instagram.
TikTok.
YouTube.
Email us at Wanderers of Weird
At at gmail.com.
What?
I have so many
Gmail.
emails in my brain. It's at gmail.com. It is 100% at gmail.com.
Send us those Dear Wanderers emails.
Yeah. DM us. You can DM us individually. You don't have to do it on like our Wanderers stuff like Laura did. She just messaged me. She didn't know she was signing up for a Dear Wanderer segment, but I put her there. So, whenever she listens to this, congratulations, you were a first Dear Wanderers.
Right.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.